Okay, just in the man cave, it's Harry here. Just doing a few bits to my cube reaction race. I had some tyres on it for a long time. Had this Victoria Mazza trail on it for a long time. I think it's done about 800 miles, maybe more. It's been on the front and the back of my cube reaction for about a year now. It's a year. Yeah, a year now. 12 months it's been swapped from the back to the front and the front to the back, and the tread on it now is just in the center bits seems to have gone a bit harder than what it used to. The outside knobs are still quite supple. It's just that these ones are very short. I got, what do you reckon, 3 millimeters or so on the center treads, but the steps are nearly gone. But yeah, it's been a great tire. I'm gonna keep it for the summertime, because some of the routes I go on, I tend to make a plan and then not stick to it when I go out riding this bike, and I end up going on some really muddy tracks, rocky tracks. Just depends where I want to go, really. So I was so impressed with the Magic Mary radial I have for my bike park downhill trail, you know, like black route, red route, trail on the trails. So what I did is I bought myself a Magic Mary for my cube reaction, but it's an Addix Soft. It's got the Addix there. It's what is it? Trail. I think, what's it? Let me have a look. Sorry. Super Trail Soft. So I didn't want to get the ultra soft because 30% of the time I'm on the road, and then, you know, because I got to ride from the house up to the hill, and then I'm off-roading on the rocky, stony tracks, down rocky slopes, muddy slopes, and then I'll be back on the road, and then back on a gravel track and a rocky track like the Cotswold Way and stuff. So I thought, right, I'm going to give this a try. Mazza was brilliant. I'm not disappointed with that at all. It's been a fantastic tyre, absolutely brilliant, super duper grip, especially at front and rear, absolutely superb. So I just wanted to try one of these, because these Magic Marys, because I was impressed with the absolute phenomenal grip I get on that on my Cube 177 on that radial. So anyway, what I've got also is I've got a hand stamp to match with it. This is going on the rear, and this is in the Speed Grip, Addix Speed Grip. So at the moment I've got a knobby nick on the back. This tire's okay in the dry, but you go into any muddy sections. I was out a couple of weeks ago up at Cleve Common, and this just I was just going. I went up the road through Charlton Kings and up Agsill over the top, and then decided to take like an off-piste sort of thing, just for the sheer hell of it. And this thing got absolutely packed with muck, maybe half an inch or so all over the tyre, and I was stuck on a hill and had to put it in walk mode to get me up. I just wish I was filming at the time, you know. So all in all, it's a good tyre, but not for muddy. I would say it's okay in the wet, but it depends what surface you're on. But when it gets to loose mud or muddy stuff, no. Well, I had one of the hands Dampf on this bike before, on the rear, and I was well impressed with it, but that was a Super Trail. Merlin Bikes didn't have one in so I decided to go for the Speed Grip. You know, the treads are still pretty supple, good corner knobs and that, but I was well impressed with that on the rear. But I got a big nail in it. If you've seen one of my videos, I got a massive nail, like a big fence spike in it, and hey, it got me home. I rode about 6 miles with it, you know, on the way home. So, you know, okay, I had to pump it up once, but other than that, it got me back home. Say there's a video on my channel about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this over now to the Hans Dampf, this one. So, and what I've done is, yesterday I went out on the reaction and I did a little bit of a rolling test. I know it's on the road, so I'm going to do the same with this afternoon once I've got the tire on the back, and just see what rolling resistance this gives, and the Hans Dampf give compared to the Knobby Nick and the Mazda. I know the Mazda's worn down, but the Mazda was at 24, the back is at 24, so I'll put the same pressures in and I'll do the same route, and then I'll get back to you and I'll let you know what the difference is in the rolling resistance on blacktop tarmac, on the tarmac roads. So I'm going to get this wheel changed out now. Okay, the Hans Dampf is on. Sorry, some car alarm going off out there. Hans Dampf is on. Took me about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. What I'm doing is I'm just checking this. See the line there? Got to turn off. Just to make sure that line there is even all the way around, as you can see the line there. That one just there, nice and even. I've just pumped it up to 30 psi. Let's just check the other side. See the line? Looks pretty even all the way around. You can see it there. Nice and tidy. Yeah, it took me about, say, 10 minutes from taking the bike out to actually now. And I'm just going to bounce it around a bit with the camera in the hand. I've got no, oh Jesus, no sealant in it or nothing, just the stuff I left on the rim. Right, I'm just going to clean it up, leave the air in it. Mary's holding the air good. Let's give it a spin. I'll leave it like that for an hour or two, then I'll put 100 millilitres of Mock-Off Tyre sealant in it, which I used before. I think it's great stuff because it did me well on that when I got my spike through the tyre, which was that one. I got that through the tyre on the rear in my Hans Dampf Super Trail, and it held out. So that's where I'm going from again. This Hans Dampf Speed Grip. Let's see how it goes. Right, just going to clean it up and put it back in the bike. So what I'm going to do now is I've just checked this around, cleaned it off. There was no sealant coming out of the tyre anywhere that was left in it. I'm going to put another, same as the Magic Mary, 29 inch 2.6 is 100 millilitres of Mock-Off tyre sealant. So what I'm going to do now is just go and wash these out and put them in storage. Definitely use this one again in the summertime when the weather gets when the weather gets a bit drier, I definitely use this knobby nick, and I would change the front tyre out, maybe to a knobby nick as well, but the soft compound, if I can get hold of one. Or I've got an Agaro. I've got an Agaro up there in my store there, and I also have a radial Albert 2.5 super soft up there as well. So either one of those, probably the Albert, go on here, maybe. We'll see when the weather gets. I've run the Albert before, but when it got a bit wet and muddy, especially in the mud, the Albert is not that good. Clogs up too quick. That's why I put the Mazda back at the front, because it was on the rear when I had the Albert on. So I put the Mazda back at the front, and it does great, man. I got confidence in that. But as I say, the Magic Mary is it seems to me on another level of grip. That's why I got this one. So anyway, I'm just going to go out into the garden, clean these out, clean all the stuff out of there, wash it all out so it's nice and dry, so they keep nice over the winter time. And then I'll come back and check the pressures of the tyres and put it. I'm not going to put that in the back yet, because I've got to go out later for a couple hours, and then when I come back I'll let the tyres down and put the sealant in. Okay, yeah, we had the tyres put on the other day, Magic Mary at the front and the hands Dampf on the rear. I was out on the bike, just as a follow on from this video. I've been out on the bike yesterday in the rain, in the muck and the crap. The video will be uploaded soon. I'll get this one done first. The tyres were at 24, and it was very, very muddy, very wet, very muddy, as you can see. I washed the front off of the trousers, of the over trousers, and the jacket got very muddy. So all in all, they held out very well. It wasn't super fast. The riding wasn't super fast, or not skilled like these super duper riders. As I say, I'm just like an intermediate average mountain biker. Love and enjoy going out on the bike in the rain and the mud and the crap, because when you get on these trails and it's raining and stuff, you very rarely get a lot of people out walking the dogs and stuff. So yeah, just to let you know that the video will be coming of that down the Cotswold way, and the tyres held up great. I was very impressed with them, and you'll be able to see how it goes. So yeah, this bike, this Cube Reaction, now has done nearly 2,500 miles. I've had it October, November, so 15 months I've had the bike, and nearly done. Let's have a look. I just put it on. Kiox. So this was from yesterday. I used 60% of battery and 20 miles. There you go. 2,456 miles it's done. And that's in around 15 months. I've got through a fair few sets of tyres, Agaros, Mascals I put on. I took off the what do they call those bloody ones that come with them, brown wool. Anyway, they were brown wool tyres. I took them off after 800 miles I think I did on them, and that's when I put the Mazda. That's when I bought the Mazda, and it's been on the bike ever since. Front, rear, swapped around different combinations, but mainly the Mazda has been on the front, the back, with an Agaro, then with a Schwalbe Albert radial. The Mazda was on the back then, the radial obviously is on the front. But yeah, this bike is great, absolutely great. I tell you what, the new models, the 2025, 26 models of the Reaction with the dropper post, which this one doesn't have, would be a super bike for just general riding, trail riding, cross country. Be superb. Motor Gen 4, excellent, no qualms with that. And this thing has been ramped. It's a great bike. I love this bike. Superb bike, and it rolled superbly. Anyway guys, I just let you know that the tyres have been tested and the video will be up soon, so please like, subscribe, leave some comments for me, and if you've got any questions and that, and hopefully I can answer them. Thanks for watching, and there's Harry out.